Hey, and welcome back to a Twin Flame Path. I'm laughing at this lighting situation. You have light coming from this way, but then you have light coming from outside. It's like those low budget infomercials or something or whatever that people are like superimposed on like a green screen. Anyway, yeah. Uh, so what is up? Um, I'm not coming like off the dome in this video. I'm actually going from my list of past ideas that are on the roster to become videos. So here is one of many. So this one is keeping things about you and your twin flame between you and your twin flame. It's kind of the same in relationships. Like, um, I I guess, and I say that because maybe not everyone here knows their twin flame or in a twin flame situation. I really don't have an opinion on whether everyone is a twin flame or not, because that turns things kind of quantum, like let's say right now in this time space that a person isn't isn't a twin flame. But when do people become twin flames? It's like it could be at the timestamp of the dawn of man, or it could be, you know, more linear than that, like more like on the grid, like meaning during existence, like maybe present day existence even. I went into this in another video. My perspective on that is that it is possible that two people become twin flames from the beginning of their twin flaminess during an incarnation where they weren't twin flames before. I honestly think that a lot more things are possible than we can imagine. I will just leave it at that and go back to the point, or not the point, but the subject of the video, because all kinds of points can be discovered when you're exploring. You don't just go out looking for the buried treasure and then ignore all your inklings along the way. And take time and dig a couple more holes, and see what's up. See, maybe there's clues to the jackpot. I don't know. At this point, I'm rambling. I am a bit of a rambler. I was telling a couple people recently, random people. One was a client for a graphic design project, and we were just getting to know each other, and I was letting her know, like, hey, you talk a lot, and my theory about this is that I have a French Canadian background amongst other things, but the French language is a big part of that situation. And what I've noticed is that in French, when you go on and on, it's one thing. But when you go on and on in English, it is a completely other thing. So that's what you're signing up for when you sign up for my videos. So I hope it's okay. But I just like talking, so here I am. But back to my point, or back to the subject, like I said, keeping things between you and your twin flame, between you and your twin flame. This is, for, I guess, anyone who may be having complications or like talking about anything. It could be good and it could be bad, like it could be, oh, I'm so frustrated that this person is doing XYZ. Or it could be like, oh, this between us is just so great. Oh la la, it's just fantastic. And it could be too much information, because even though talking about this twin flame situation, I find is very helpful. Like, I enjoy watching videos and reading things because, I like keeping the situation, like the learning of it, organic, and I especially like keeping it between my twin flame and I. As far as like just learning organically what I mean, and what I mean by that within the confines of the relationship is that there's little to no outside influence. Like, you must be doing this because I've read this is what people do from this article, or this, you know what I'm saying? Like, it helps, but it helps to understand that everything is also very case sensitive. There's like a very fine balance. There's similarities, and then you factor in like human nature and things like that, but you get into like looking for the checklist of things that twin flames must be doing, then it's just something else, because it's much deeper than like twin flame. It's more like, it's two souls that are in harmony, in a very deep kind of harmony. So, and not to be insulting, like it's like bigger than twin flame or whatever like that, but it's just like, it's just so complex that you just can't put a single title to it, so, but keeping things between your twin flame and yourself, I think, is very helpful, because people will have their opinions on if you're posting on a message board. And what I found is that a lot of gurus and people that give advice, like myself, and have YouTube channels and make videos or write articles, a lot of what they speak about is in direct accordance to what's happening in their twin flame relationship. Sometimes that's true about me, but what I do is I try to water it down to something that's so bare bones that how it relates to he and I really won't be very apparent unless you are just a grandmaster intuitive person that just sees all, and that's cool. Like, that's a very possible situation. So, but I've also noticed that on some message boards you have people that are very frustrated with their twin, and sometimes it'll get personal. Sometimes people will talk very deeply about what they perceive as what their twins' problems are, what they're doing specifically. And I don't necessarily think that that's such a hot thing. You're going to this relatively public message board, whether it's about twin flames or not, whether it's private or not, and you're on there talking about, whatever it is that this person is doing, he or she. And just imagine, fill in the blank with what you think is like one of the hardest things to go through, and imagine someone going on there reading those things about you. Asking for advice can be hard, and wanting to know what's going on and trying to figure things out. Like, I'm always trying to figure something out, and I will get pissed off if I can't understand something. I'll give an example, like working on an assignment that I just had for class. I didn't feel like eating. I didn't feel like getting up. I didn't feel like doing anything except for solving the problem. I had to understand what was happening. And don't call me studious, call me pissed off. And I really wanted to figure it out. I just couldn't deal with not figuring it out before I got up to do whatever maintenance that I had to do on myself or in the house, you know? So it's the same with twin flame stuff, you know? It's like, it's the same with the world, like current topics and politics and droughts and famines and hunger and, you know, everything. It's like, why? You know, there has to be a reason why to everything. So I don't expect for my, you know, for me to be just satisfied with not knowing. And I understand when people really want to figure out what's going on with their most loved one, but going public and complaining and wanting a whole bunch of comments, you know, about it. And, you know, something about that is just very exposing. And I think that it has to go back to like, how would your twin feel? How would you feel if your twin was doing that? And some people wouldn't be like that, you know, concerned. But I guess it's just part of how I see like nurturing the relationship. Like, I don't know, there's something very nice about it being private and respected and kind of nourished, you know. But of course, like talking to people and things like that, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a matter of whether it's public and exposing your business and your twin flame's business to everybody. You know, I don't know. So that's just my little opinion about some of the things that I see happening on especially message boards. You know, and maybe these things are helpful, but when I read these scenarios, I personally rarely find them helpful. Like, no matter what the situation has been in any part of our journey together, I can't remember any rant about someone's situation publicly being of any use to me. I have personally spoken to people who are in situations, and when we're talking privately, it takes on a different tone, you know, like there hasn't ever been a big exposure of personal information or whatever. But that might be a solution if you're really wanting to like talk to somebody about something that you're having a challenge with in your relationship. Because like I said, I love to talk, you know, and I my twin flame is very far away, and so you always see me in my house. You'll never see anyone here. So, you know, that's just the situation that I'm in. And I don't just talk to anybody. You know, I spoke to my property manager. That was the other person that I spoke to. And, you know, I was dropping off a rent check to her, and a client was another person. But I can go like sometimes a couple weeks without speaking to anybody, you know, let alone about my situation. So, and I think it's also the time that we're living in, you know, like the comment pollution and the opinion pollution that's part of the internet is sometimes so toxic that man, you have to like remind yourself to like stay away, or you have to remind yourself that it's most of it, the vast majority of it is an extreme optical illusion, and it is so incredibly hard, you know. And then you go and you see comments of people, and most of these people are fucking idiots. But when you're reading their comments, you can't tell in life what an idiot they are, you know, what they have going on in their house, how clean they are, whether you would even be seen in public on the streets, you know, like saying excuse me to this person, or would you rather just be like, you know, I can't even look at this type. But these people on the internet are like the kings and queens of the universe, or at least that's what they may seem like, you know. Like, you may go up in their house and be like, what the fuck? You know, you might learn about who they are as a person, and you know, but these people are all over, and you know, let's keep it real, they're all over the media, you know, they're all over social media, they're all over what the news, you know, and other outlets focus their attention on and feed into your mind. And when you're on Instagram or YouTube, you can't help but see some of the people that should be ignored in life who are glamorized, you know. And that is part of the illusion of the world. Their music gets published, their words get quoted like like they made sense to begin with. So just know, like, publicly, like, these words that you want to express about your relationship may not be falling on the ears or the eyes or the fingertips of people whose opinions are worth anything at all. And I'll be real, like, I like to say that, oh, everyone's opinion counts, but there are some absolute dingbats in the world who have no desire to make the world a better place, that have no regard for the people who are around them, who sit back and judge without ever thinking about self-assessment in the least, you know. And sharing your twin flame experience in the realms of those just kind of, yeah, I want to say it pollutes things, because I don't like putting that much weight on those types. But that's one of the huge benefits of keeping things at home, you know, private. So, and you know that you're going to get all the answers anyway, you know, looking to constructive places, and, you know, listening to people who are constructive and just taking their advice or opinions or perspectives with a grain of salt, but keeping the integrity of your own intact. I think that's pretty cool. But like, the other stuff is like, don't. You just gotta get your feet dirty. So on that note, I am going to go. Yeah, so I'll take a drink of coffee first, you know. I've been drinking so much coffee today. I'm probably like amped, but I got a new coffee, so I've just been so excited about it. So I just keep on drinking. And it's super awesome. But I hope that this video is received well. And yeah, it's a fun thing. This twin flame thing is real. So always keep that in mind too. And it's not easy, so, but it's very fulfilling and fun. It's just sometimes when I reach these points of self-exposure, then I'm like, ah. So anyway, I will see you guys the next time. If I don't come off the dome next time, I do definitely have my list of things that have popped up in my mind at some point or another. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in, and be well in the meanwhile. Bye.